Hey, is that folk music that you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horses.
Shoo bob shooby doo doo booby doo dow.
And the shot rang out, bang! Hot dog!
Don't hesitate! It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow!
Well, howdy and welcome to... Well, howdy and welcome to... Oh!
You sure you're done? All right.
I think so. Okay. Howdy and welcome to Horses Sing None of It. My name is Ralph Litwin, and with us today we have Andy Goessling, an amazing multi-instrumentalist who plays also in many different groups. Yes?
Yes, Ralph. Well, thanks.
In fact,
back on your new show, new set.
yes, returning guest from the old Horses Sing None of It to the new Horses Sing None of It.
Do these horses sing it differently, or?
They don't sing it differently. And let's tell people, you play. I know you play in one of my groups, which is the Wild Man Ragtime Blues Stompers.
Is that what we are?
That's what we are sometimes. And you play in the Blue Sparks.
Yeah, I think people would know me probably up and down the East Coast with the Blue Sparks from Hell, and But I was the guy that was playing the sax. I was the guy that was playing the two saxophones.
Two saxophones
So
at the
maybe
same
if
time.
I had those on, people would go, "Oh, it's that guy."
It's that guy.
And yeah, we used to play from Maine to Florida, Key West, Charleston, Philly, Virginia, North Carolina, every little town and bus stop in between. I'm sure there's somebody that's going to go, "I got stuck at a place with those guys one time." And yeah, we got off the road with that band a couple of years ago, and it gave me a chance to start playing with new people. And of course, after playing the sax for 13 years, everybody went, "Well, it's great you played the sax. Do you want to play the mandolin again?" So it's back to this.
All right. So some of the other people you play with Patrick Reagan.
Yeah, Patrick Reagan, a songwriter from Cokesbury, New Jersey. We put out a cassette that got a really good review in Dirty Linen magazine. We're hoping to get a response from that, and we sent a tape to Latvia. We think is getting airplay over there. We got a request for a tape from Latvia. And been playing saxophone with Bill Kelly and the House of Cards, a New Jersey-based band. That's been going good. We actually had a song on Northern Exposure a couple of weeks ago, which some people did notice, who didn't know it was on, so we knew it was there. It wasn't our imagination.
That's pretty hot. And you still play with Junior?
Yeah, a band, George Jr. and the Cool Raiders from New York City. He's been backing up Pine Top Perkins, and he just put a single out. We actually taped this so long ago, I forgot it was coming out. And so we have a CD single that's available on from a New York label. Look for it under George Jr. and the Cool Raiders.
Cool. And does Pine Top on that?
No, actually, that's just with George. But there is a separate album with Pine Top that just came out.
Cool.
You can look for.
You're all over the place. Anybody else? Did we miss anybody?
Well, we do an acoustic trio with Bill Kelly also, with Allison Boardman on bass and myself. That gives us a chance to stretch out a little bit on the acoustic instruments we'll be using today.
Is that by a different name?
Well, lately we've been calling ourselves Strum Warning.
Strum Warning?
We had so many strings on stage, we decided to call it Strum Warning. And they just sent me down here alone today. I don't know what happened. Everybody left me.
So what are you're gonna do some originals for us today?
Well, today I got a chance to do the stuff I only get to play at home. You know that no one will do in all these bands. Let's start with the mandolin. I've done a lot of solo mandolin stuff for people, and usually ends up being at weddings a lot of times for friends. And this is actually I'll do a song that I just call it the Wedding March because I ended up playing it for so many people's weddings, but I never worked it out with any of the bands. So I'll do it for you here because it never gets heard outside of a church.
All right. Well, now it's going to be on television.
We'll give this a go here.
What key is that in?
G. It's actually...
I was just dying to take out my harmonica, but I didn't know what key it was in. But it played a little bit for me through.
It's actually, you could get through the first page, 3 pages of the Mel Bay book and kind of hit this one, but... So it's...
Thanks, I really need
All
to.
right. All right, well, next time you can come too to the wedding. And
All right.
who's this guy? He's from the show. Come on.
So what else you got for us? You got a whole bunch of instruments here.
Well, this should bring out is the grand piano of string instruments. This is actually the first instrument I learned how to play. This is a German concert zither. And there's a lot of other zithers out there that you see at the antique stores and stuff. And the real difference is this one has a fingerboard you can play melody on. Usually you just get this part here and leave this part off. So what you have is you have chords you can do background with, and then a melody area, fretboard, it's commonly known.
Maybe you could hold it up vertically, and the camera can get a better look at that.
This is it's a German instrument, but it was popular in America from about the 1890s to maybe the 1920s, and this is actually a 1932 zither that was made by an American company that went out of business in the 50s. And somebody walked into a friend of mine works at a music store, and a guy walked in and said, "Do you know anyone who would want to buy this?" And the guy said, "Yeah, I know a guy." So I'll actually, this is a Patrick Regan song. I'll do for you. Yeah.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess.
Yeah, it's called Dama. Yeah, it kind of sounds like a French harpsichord piece or something. And he doesn't even have a zither, so I don't know how.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's good because it's you really have freedom with the melody. Like on a guitar, you're always trying to figure out where you're going with your chords. You can play with it. So it's just, it's easier to, you can sit for hours and accompany yourself on this thing. And you need hours to learn how to play it.
Well, that's great. Maybe we should tell folks, in case they're looking for a zither player, or somebody to come play mandolin at their wedding, or if they need a saxophone player to sit in our band.
Yeah, if someone actually let me play sax again.
There's the number on the screen, which I can't read. It's 908-832?
9284.
9284.
Even I know it. I live there. Or if you just happen to have one of these laying around in the attic, you could...
Looking for somebody to buy your old zither in the attic? Andy's your man.
Dysfunctional zithers that need a home. But, yeah, actually, let me play another Irish tune. That'd be a little Irish waltz here.
Sure. I'm being amused at that song because I've heard that with words. It's such a pretty...
Yeah, actually, it's called Arthur McBride.
Me and my cousin Arthur McBride, and it's a story about these guys that meet up with some soldiers, and the soldiers want to recruit them, and then the guys in the song, me and my cousin Arthur McBride, they're whacking shillelaghs come over their head. They throw the drummer's drum into the river. And
sounds like such an innocent song played on this.
Very violent, actually.
Well, that's why I left the words out. I ruin the effect of the instrument. Actually, this instrument has one thing that's kind of neat. It has an exoskeleton. No, it has a... they call this a piano bottom, like on the back of a upright piano. They put the braces on the outside, thinking this would make it louder. And if we had another zither here, I guess we could test that. But louder compared to what? I don't know. But I guess they think this was this guy's pet project at the Franz Schwarzer Zither Company in Washington, Missouri, where this came from.
Very pretty. Real nice.
Yeah, somebody took good care of this. Either that or they gave up on it. And
never used it.
I had to go play. Huh?
And what do you have in store for us now? This is a very ornate.
Yeah, I want to show you this guitar because it's actually, I call it, it's a real resurrected instrument. This is actually, about 2 months ago, was nothing but pieces in a box with neck off, the bridge off, the fingerboard off. Someone had taken Elmer's glue and just kind of filled it, you know. And gave it to a luthier in New York State, Tom Blatz, and he took it upon himself to
Mr. Blatz.
restore this. And I've actually had this since I was about 13, and I kept thinking, I should fix that. And I got it back last week.
All right. Mr. Blatz, we've had him as a guest on the show.
Well, this is what he does when he's not guesting.
Yes, well, we talked
good.
about his luthier business, and he brought a couple things to show us. What you going to play?
This is a kind of a John Fay type guitar piece. Another one I never get to use except in the house.
Yeah. You got a name for that one?
No, that's the one that needs a name.
Needs a name.
Needs a name.
There's a name for it. Needs a name. Well, we just have, the time seems to roll, once the cameras actually start rolling, the time seems to fly by. Up until that point, it's something else.
Until that point, yeah.
So we just have enough time to say thanks, Andy, for coming on the show. And we could show Andy's number again, and in case people want to get in touch with Andy for whatever, purpose to hire him or talk to him about music. We're going to do a tune to take it out with called Mississippi Sandman, which was written by a fellow named, we suspect, a fellow named Babe Frisch, who was a radio announcer for Smokey Wood, the Houston hipster, and his band, the Wood Chips.
Learn something every day. You didn't tell me that when we recorded this.
I might have. Anyway, it's now on my album, Makes My Heart Feel Happy, with Andy playing, I think, more than one instrument on it. Do you play more than one instrument?
Yeah, the clarinet and the baritone sax.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm going to vamp here just a little bit, Andy, just to say thanks, folks, for tuning in. And we hope you'll tune in to Horses Sing None of It once again. And we'll see you in weeks to come. Mississippi Sandman, from that Delta dreamland, sprinkle me with dream sand and let me dream some more. Mississippi Sandman, ease my heart that's heavy, let me dream about that levee and that rippling sandy shore. Let me see those old familiar faces standing round my cabin door. Let me hear those old familiar voices singing hallelujah like before. Mississippi Sandman.
Karen, hitting is wrong. You're bigger, you're stronger, you take time out and you don't hit. Do you understand?
Take time out. Don't take it out on your child.
That's my dad. And that's Mom. Dad's got an idea. A way to get rid of all the grody garbage that's polluting the world. He's invented a big rocket ship to shoot all the garbage into outer space. Mom's not sure. But Dad says his invention will save the world.
There's an easier way to save the world. Recycle. For your free recycling action guide, write Recycle. Environmental Defense Fund, 257 Park Avenue South, New York, New York.